You are now live with Layer8Culture, Tech Thursday.
What's up? What's up? What's up? It's Tech Thursday. Donville. What's going on, everybody? We are live on Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. So just want to thank you for tuning in to this Tech Thursday. We got some interesting things we'll talk about. First, definitely want to talk about Layer8Culture, like what it is. Talk a little bit about the lo-fi station that started this past week's pretty cool. We'll talk a little bit about GitHub Copilot CLI. I'll actually do a live build. We'll iterate on some like a project that I've been working on. Yeah, so let's get into it. So first and foremost, I do want to thank our sponsor, FobFlow. Definitely, if you're a small business, medium-sized business, you want to get into marketing automation, reach out to fobflow.com. They'll help you out with your automation needs. Set up your lead to nurture. Set up your automated emails, text callbacks, all types of cool stuff. So check it out, fobflow.com. All right. So I do want to get into kind of what Layer8Culture is, kind of like the idea behind it, and kind of what sparked this idea of, building in public, going live, talking about AI, making sure people know about AI as something that's important. So for me, I would say it all started. Let me get some black background music. Uh, so for me, it all started when I was young. I've always been into technology, always been to computers, just all that stuff from a young age. And for me, it was really about like back in the '90s. I'm dating myself here, but back in the '90s, I had a cousin, and or I still have a cousin, but he was like a big brother to me, and he got a old and but it wasn't old at the time, but at the time was like a brand new computer from Radio Shack, and it was like a Tandy, I think, and it ran Windows 3.1. I remember back in those days, like you had to actually get the computer and install the operating system. So I watched them install the operating system, and it was like disk after disk after disk. It felt like it was an all day thing. He would babysit me, and I was watching him, and it was like an all day thing. He was just disk after disk, and like it's loading. I was like, man, what are you doing? Like, when are we gonna be able to use it? Like, when's the fun happen? And yeah, it was like an all day thing, and it wasn't until like probably the end of the day he loaded the last disk and ran it. I saw that desktop, never seen anything like it before. And then I think he started playing like Solitaire or Minesweeper, like some so basic game. I was just like amazed that this all happened from him like putting discs in, like now it's working. It was really cool for me. So that idea of like over the shoulder, watching somebody do something with technology, something that always stuck with me as part of like why I love to learn, why I would love to watch, why I love to understand information and just learn new things. So that's like my first moment. That was probably around 7 years old, maybe 7, 8 years old. And like I ended up getting my own computer. He had a cousin that drove trucks. He got like one of these old office. This is back in New York and Brooklyn. He had one of these old like green screen computers. Like everything was green. It was just like text, this command line. And he gave it to my dad because he was like, "Hey, you got a son? Computers are cool. He can use it." So then it like just came just green screen. Of course, like my cousin understanding computers, we were able to look and see like what was actually installed on it already. There was a couple of games. There was like Hangman that was on there. That was cool. There was like some very basic games were on there. And I would play them and stuff. Kind of go. I would know different commands from the command line. I don't think it was MS DOS. was like some other operating system. It was all command line. Like you had to actually type in the commands and see the files and run them and all that stuff. And yeah, so I'll play with that. And then I got interested into like what all these commands meant. So one time I learned what the format command meant, and I ended up formatting the entire hard drive. But the cool thing was my dad was cool about it. Like we ended up going to Radio Shack, getting like a disk to restore everything, and it worked. I don't know how he did it, but he figured it out. Um, and then just kept working again. So like that experience sticks with me until now. Like you can't really make mistakes. Like a lot of mistakes that you make with computers, like you can. There's a way to restore. There's a way to fix it. There's a way to go back. So it really unlocks something in your mind where it's like, well, I really can't break it all the way. Like it's a computer, you know. So like fast forward into like really, and I'm not going to dive into my entire story around technology and what I did and all that stuff, but really around the layer 8 concept, and that is about um like this whole idea of LAN parties back in the 90s and 2000s, right? Like for nerds or like for like people that were like in tech, like into coding and just like understood networks and just all this computer techy stuff, right? We were always big into like games, but not necessarily the console games. We're always big into like PC games. And with PC games, this was before like, yeah, this was no, it's about the same, maybe around the same time. I would say slightly. I would say PC definitely. Online gaming was there before um, console online gaming, like PCs. So, but it wasn't like fully online. So, like, what you do is you'll have your you have not your laptop, you'll have your actual computer, like a huge tower, right? And you'll bring it to your friend's house, and you'll set up that tower, and then they'll have their tower. And if you had a network card, you can actually connect it via network cable to your friend's computer, and guess what? You guys can play um, like a LAN game, like a LAN party, basically. So like that whole culture, I think is like really important because even within that, like my first job when I was a teenager was I was actually a junior software engineer, and it was real like this is like early 2000s. I was in high school, and like literally after school, we would go to this office, and it was almost like a basement because it was real dark. It was just a row of computers, but like these guys that ran the company, they were just like, oh, we'll hire these high school kids to write code, and then we'll have like actual developers and software engineers that actually fix their code and then deploy it. So we were learning, but we thought we were like we thought we were really cool. So we would like have our own computers. We'd be able to basically download as much music as we wanted. It's back in like the Napster time our days. So like literally we'll download everything we wanted, and then we'll just listen to music and code and all this fun stuff, right? And on Saturdays we actually, after we get our work done, we'll have some free time to actually play like LAN games. So it was like literally the Layer 8 culture right there, born, you know, in a office in Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio. And like that was just it was just fun. Like I wasn't a great programmer. I was a teenager. And of course I made plenty of mistakes, but it was just fun to be able to do that and know that I could actually get paid money. And I was definitely getting paid more than your average, first person that had a first time job. Like it was better than working in movies or anywhere else. Like it was really good money, having fun, playing games, listening to music, writing some code. It was cool. So I feel like now and then like going through that phase, right? We we got through what Web 2.0. We got through actually like the internet, in the early 2000s. Then there was like Web 2.0. Then there was like YouTube, social media, like all these different waves of things that we were just, I would say we, as my generation, we would just sit there and be consumers and kind of stand by and like, wow, this is amazing. Look at all this is happening around us. I feel like with AI, it's really our opportunity to not just be consumers or just be watchers, but actually be involved, like in at this level to where we can actually build, implement, use, scale, like build out our own solutions. Like we don't have to just accept whatever is available on the marketplace. We can actually build it. And it is very simple. Well, I'm not gonna say it's super simple, but I try to make things very simple. I try to create systems around what I do. This is the same thing I do in corporate America. Like I create systems, scale them, I make solutions that are complex, easy. I make technical solutions simple to explain them to any business, to be able to implement them, sell them. So I try to do the same thing with AI. And like with Layer 8 culture, I would say within the last 3 months, no, actually 6 months now. Within the last 6 months, AI has advanced so much to the point where most things you could think of, you could actually create. Like it's beyond just I'm gonna ask it like a Google search and say, hey, asking AI what to do. And I tell people a lot of times, like, don't ask AI, like, tell AI what you want to do. Like, don't ask it, tell it, like, I want you to do this. It'll tell you, like, hey, I can't, or hey, like, this is what needs to be done for me to be able to do it. But like, stop asking AI. Like, AI should be your co-pilot. I think like Microsoft got it right when they branded the name Copilot, because like you are still the driver. You're still the pilot. You're still the person that's in control. Like you just got to leverage AI to make your whatever you're doing more efficient. So that's what I'm trying to do with Layer 8 culture. I'm not trying to start a consulting company. Like no, I'm the type of person that I want to teach people how to do this, how to do it the right way, how to save time, save your energy. I want to point you in the right direction. It's all about raising AI fluency, and not just for business owners, but for everyone, for the culture. That's why it's called Layer 8 culture. It's it's about not just being consumers, but being users and builders, user/builder, user/developer at the same time. That means while you're using the app, you're actually developing the app, because that's what AI is doing. AI is actually using the data that you're providing as input to make the app better. So why don't you use the data that you have, use the experiences that you have, put that into your own app and make that app that's specifically for you even better. And that's like a lot of what I'm doing here with Layer 8 culture. Um, like bringing people up on AI news. I talk about the levels of AI a lot because I feel like it's important. It's something I created to say, hey, yes, we have ChatGPT, we have Claude AI, we have insert chat, program here, but then there's more to it. There's more beyond that, because that's not the end all of AI. That's not even a quarter of it. That's not even like an eighth of it. That's just the entry. That's just like a test that worked. It was like an experiment that worked. We're going forward with it as an industry. So like beyond the chat GPT, beyond using it as a search engine, we want to teach people how to use it as a utility. That's another concept I think, but actually, yeah, I really think that, I'm gonna say I know, but I think that AI is laying the foundation right now to be infrastructure. So when you look at infrastructure, you think of like the most recent thing was internet, right? Internet is now not just like something cool to have, it's part of our infrastructure. Like we need the internet to survive. Like AI is going to be infrastructure that we need for systems to be able to operate at speed, at efficiency, and productivity. So the more we know about AI, the more we understand it, the more that we can really benefit from it and not just, be bystanders. So I would say that's like my thesis, my thesis around layer eight culture, around the state of AI. It's definitely more, and that's why I like having this Tech Thursday. It's about having an open conversation, having a conversation about, where do we see AI going and what we can do as a community of builders, because you're all builders. If you use AI, if you develop it, we're all builders. So as builders, how can we contribute to this AI era? So that kind of rolls into something that's like really, it's really I hold near and dear to me, and that is music. I love art, I love creativity, and I just want to share with you guys kind of a project that I've been working on. So let me share my screen, and we will share. So tonight I'm gonna stop sharing like tabs and windows. I'm just gonna share the entire screen. So let's open this up, and I have like the worst setup. My camera's like over here, but then I have like the stream stuff over here, and then my main screen's right here. So I'm looking off to the side. That's why. But you can see my screen now. Cool. All right. So I'm gonna bring over view tab, and we'll just go to layer. Oh, type. Here we go. Layer 8 Culture Radio. So like I said, I love music. I love creating. I love art. I'm not like a super. I wouldn't say I'm a like really good artist at all. Actually, I wouldn't consider myself an artist at all. Actually, but I do dabble a lot with Photoshop. I love creating like designs. I love creating flyers, all that fun stuff. And then I do dabble a little bit with like videography, like not the real deep stuff, like the CapCut stuff. And I love music, of course. Like I'm a singer. I love all types of music. And a lot of times when we are working, coding, all that fun stuff, right? I try to pull up like a nice, like, something to keep me going throughout the day. And I normally look at these like lo-fi channels. And I'm not gonna search them because I don't want to like knock on anybody. So I search like these lo-fi channels to see like, man, what can I listen to while I'm working in my day job, or like if I'm working on some project, like what can keep me going, kind of just keep me focused, keep a nice vibe. And I'm a very visual person as well. So like for me, people that know me, like I will go through, I will spend like an hour going through to find the right song or like the right video or like the right visual. It's like, it's not right. That's not right. That's not right. And I was just scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. So like I did that with lo-fi. I was looking for like this Afro beat type of lo-fi, had a little, some BPMs to it, little flavor to it. And I still wanted the visuals too. So like I would listen to some Afrobeat lo-fi and I'm like, this is cool, but like I want like that cool visual, like the lo-fi visual. And it's like it was nothing for that was ethnic, I should say. It was nothing ethnic. It was all like Asian, and then it was like Art Simpson, which is weird. It's like nothing that was like that really spoke to me. So then, I made it my mission to like create something. Like we have these resources like ChatGPT. We have not just ChatGPT, but like the image generation of ChatGPT is like amazing. It's my favorite aesthetic. It for me it hits the mark like 90+% of the time when it comes to photography, um, doing mock-ups, like any type of imagery. Like GPT image 2 is like it for me. It speaks to me. So I love to leverage that. And of course, like I have the subscription for ChatGPT or OpenAI GPT, whatever you call it, the $20 a month. So I'm able to leverage that within, and that's the important thing to know. Like, if we pay that $20 a month, we're using it within the ChatGPT interface. So like we're chatting, we're talking to it, telling it to create images, we're going back and forth. It's gotten better to where you can edit images, things of that nature. But then again, you still have to provide context. You still have to like put in reference images so you get consistency and you're not getting all this just random stuff, which a lot of people deal with. So I understand that fairly well, and I've built like a system around that, how to create images that are consistent with ChatGPT. And then of course, like if you check out my last episodes, I was talking about Higgsfield, Cdance, Kling, like the image to video and text to video generation. And shout outs to I forgot his name. Oh man, it's this guy. Oh man, I'm gonna pull him up right now because I do want to give him props. But I was on TikTok. His brother from New York. He was talking about like he's really funny because he's the younger guy. He's like everything is free. Like we don't need to go and use these models. Like everything you want is free. Like go to your GitHub repo and get it for free. And like I get that energy. I get it. I get it, man. I totally resonate with it. But like sometimes I'm willing to pay. Like actually, most of the times I'm willing to pay if if the quality is there. That's my thing. Like I'll pay for quality. And but like I said, he mentioned a lot of stuff that was free, and I did take his advice and actually leverage a lot of free stuff. So he showed me the way. He was like, "Don't use the Higgsfield. Just go straight to Cdance. They'll charge you less. You plug right into their API. You can still get the images you want. You can still get videos you want. Just don't pay Higgsfield because they're basically like a middleman." I'm like, "Oh, you're right, man. Like they are a middleman, but man, they make it so easy." Like honestly, if you don't know what you're doing, Higgsfield does make it easy. And if you're willing to pay it, you'll pay it. But I did find that I think his Higgsfield is good if you want to dabble with different AI models and find out like what you want because you get access to all of them. Like not all of them, but like the main ones. So you're able to kind of play around with some things. Of course, there's credits involved, so you're paying for it a lot of times. Actually, all the times you're paying for it. But you get to understand like which ones you like for certain use cases. So like for like my intro video, which is more like realistic, like cinematic, I use Kling. But then for like the animation stuff, here where I'm doing the lo-fi stuff, I use Cdance too. It's a little bit cheaper, but it's um it's definitely more fluid as far as the creating loops and stuff. And now I'm like, where was I at? So bro, I was trying to shout this guy's name out. His name is Alain. Wow. I don't man, I don't have it. I got his number. You know what? I'll find it later. But his name is Alain. And I'll put his social media stuff in after the stream. All right. So back to what I was saying. So Elaine showed the way. He's talking about like, hey, we don't need to go to Higgsfield. Like, you go to Cdance directly. You'll be able to do exactly what you want. He even showed me how to use Comfy UI, and like you could download your own model and then run it locally on your machine. Like, of course, it's not going to be instant because what happens is these video models they have to run on computers that have really high GPUs. So that's what you're paying. You can't avoid that. If you're doing it online, you're actually using someone else's computer, which is a server that sits somewhere in a data center that has these really nice graphics cards that are able to process all this stuff and create these images and videos that you want. So, and that's called compute. So you got to pay for the compute regardless, whether you're doing it locally or you're doing it through Higgsfield, Cdance, whatever. So I create the image concept from ChatGPT, kind of refine it down to, and of course everything is like a system for me. So I map it out as far as like what the lo-fi scene looks like. I want it to look like. It's like that's like with every lo-fi, you're gonna see the same desk. Like I'm at a desk, but it's not me. Not the avatar is at a desk, and they're coding, they're vibing, they might be listening to music. But the idea is they're in deep thought, deep focus, right? And then the theme, the steady theme is like Afrofuturistic. Like think of Wakanda. Think of like futuristic, like for the people, like breaking away from societal norms, but still influenced by societal norms. So like you'll still see the city structures, but in a futuristic way. So that's like what I call my man, I can't even think of it, but that's like my guiding principles of the lo-fi stream. So and then on top of that, so I created the image. Then I went out to Higgsfield. I know I went to Higgsfield, the middleman, but it was easy. I had credits, so why not? So I went to Higgsfield and I created this loop. Just use a prompt and say, hey, I want to have just an animation. It's like 8 seconds that's able to loop, and I could seamlessly loop it for a lo-fi stream. Super simple. So these are all just 8-second loops that are running over and over again. And that's how I created these first ones, right? Very manual. And like when it comes to AI and especially automation, I tell everyone, whether it's in corporate, whether it's, here in Layer8Culture, like I tell everyone, if you haven't done it yourself, don't expect AI to like do it. Like you have to be able to actually do it yourself manually first, and then you can say, hey, AI, go do this. It's like I equate it to having like an intern basically. Like if you're a manager or if you run a business, you have an intern. How can you go tell your intern to do something that you have never done? That makes no sense, right? Makes no sense. So treat your AI as an intern. You have to be able to like have a point of view, tell it, what you want, what your intent is, and then it's gonna fall. It might make a couple mistakes, but you have the opportunity to correct it, right? So these first two streams here, I created manually, just going through the process and understanding it. Now, this is where Don Below D-Tech does what he does best, and I scale. So and honestly, this is something I love. People like this. I love doing this. Like I do this in my free time. This is fun. And then after I do the visual stuff, I got a premium subscription to Suno, Suno. And man, I was putting my Afro. I wanted something Afrobeat but lo-fi, and man, it hit the mark. And then it had like, I set up to where it has like, it has a whole flow to the entire video. So it's like sometimes it starts off kind of strong with the BPMs, kind of goes down, and then at the end it tapers off. It's real mellow. It's pretty cool. I like it, and like honestly, I listen to this stuff all the time. So, and it goes into the whole point of like, we got to make stuff that's for us. It's like goes into the whole thing of food, but like for us, by us. Like if I'm listening to music, why am I listening to somebody else's music where I'm like, I don't really agree with everything they're saying, or might not even be the music that just like speaks to me. It's just like I'm just listening to listen to it. But like if you're able to make something that you love and you're like, man, yes, I want to listen to that, man, it makes it even better. All right, so back to the point of scaling. So these last 5 videos were pretty much fully automated through uh, GitHub Copilot. And what I did was I still do the creating the image through ChatGPT. I still do the animated portion between Higgsfield and Cdance. But to make it even more seamless, instead of going to CapCut and actually like bringing this in and editing it and doing transitions and all this, this crazy stuff that it actually took a lot of time, just tedious work. Again, this is the work that AI is gonna replace, the tedious stuff, not the like AI is not gonna replace me like creating these videos because I like that. That's the fun stuff. It's gonna replace the tedious stuff that I don't like that video editing, putting clips together and like doing transitions and all stuff for like whatever many minutes it takes me to do it. So I was able to automate that whole video editing process using GitHub Copilot. You might say, "What? Copilot's a video editor?" Yes, it is. They have this GitHub repository called, and we're gonna get into GitHub. GitHub is your friend. Here we go. GitHub FFmpeg. GitHub is your friend. So GitHub is basically like a community for developers. You can go in, you can develop your code, you can develop programs, all that stuff. You can share it, and then like other people can contribute to your project and make it better. So here's FFmpeg, and it says right here, FFmpeg is a collection of libraries and tools to process multimedia content, audio, video, subtitles. So wow, you can even do subtitles for your videos within this tool. So I gave it to Copilot and said, "Hey, I want you to automate this process to create lo-fi videos." I told it that I would give it the file. It's not that one. It's this one right here. I told that I'll give it the file, and then what it did was, and then I took I would actually still go through and download the songs through Suno because Suno does not have an official MPC. So it goes through like this, and what MPCs are, I don't know, I gotta explain everything, but I like doing it. So what MPCs are is they allow you to connect to other systems. So almost like an API where your AI can connect to that system. It can operate and function as you can basically utilize that system. So I was trying to connect Suno to my GitHub Copilot, which is my AI CLI, to like do a lot of this stuff automatically, like pick out the songs that fits the vibe, bring them into the video, and then move forward. But Suno doesn't have an official MCP, so I had to so I did use like this back way of doing it, which I didn't like, was like getting your cookies, putting it into like it was so inefficient. I was like, this doesn't work. So I still downloaded the songs manually, but it's really just a prompt and then like going through, loading the songs, listening to them. And then I just put all the songs in a zip file. And then I provide the zip file and the video file. And then what my almost forgot. I was like, yeah, I did make it better. So I provided all the information I wanted. I was able to generate video with the audio, very seamless transitions. It all looked, sounded nice. And even like the whole loop part, like when you create a video loop, it would be a video clip, but then sometimes, like if a video loops, it'll like have a little jump. It actually fixed the jump. Like it made that whole thing seamless. It even had like this whole rating system that it implemented to make sure that it visually would scan that screen and make sure the last frame matched the first frame as close as possible. So when you're looking at a lot of these lo-fi loops videos, it will actually be a very seamless transition from last frame to the first frame. It was a nice seamless loop. And then I made it even easier. So I will actually, where's this thing? I have too many projects up at the same time. Is this it? Streaming session? No. I'm not even sure if this is it. You know what? I know what to do. Hold on. Go here. I was going to terminal. So what I did is I created a web app. Where is it? Oh, you know what was right here? I think it was this one, yeah. So this runs the web app, Layer8Culture Radio to generate the there we go. Awesome. So this is the quick and dirty web app. And what I do is I load my sample video, a video clip from Xfield. I load my audio zip files that have zipped up. And then I'm just able to be like, hey, this one is going to be a rainy night focus. I could override the title. I can go in here, add a little more context as far as like, hey, I want this one to be a thunder type of video where it might be a little thunder in the actual image or something. I can go to my advanced options. I could update the crossfade. So like from sound to sound, like how that sound transitions and how the video transitions. I could update my thumbnail for YouTube purposes, like all this is customizable. And then I just hit generate. It goes through, it loads it. I just put that off to the side, do whatever I want. And then when it's done, it gives me the video like ready to upload to YouTube. I have the description, I have the title, all AI generated. And then even the description, this is the cool part. The description on these videos, oh, I might pause the audio, perfect. So even the, see how it has like the clips? It does all that automatically through the description. So it knows, oh yeah, and on top of that, it titles all the songs. So when you get them out of Cdance, when you get them out of Suno, the songs have like these weird random titles. Like it automatically checks the vibe of my video. It titles my songs the way I want them. And boom, we've got, and then of course, like YouTube has a really good scheduler. I can upload them all in one day to schedule out as far as when they drop. So literally I have videos dropping every single day. And then of course, what does Donville do best? I scale. And I said, hey, I want to do a full 24/7 live stream. So then I took all that, I took all the entire music catalog that I have, which at this point, I mean, I have easily a couple hundred songs. Well, I want to say I have at least 200 songs. These are all lo-fi songs, different moods, different vibes. Just a huge catalog of songs through Suno. I think I went through like 3/4 of my monthly credit in like a week and a half. So I am kind of slowing down until I re-up on my monthly credits. But I was like, yeah, I want to do a live stream. So of course, I love Azure, my Azure cloud environment. And I didn't even touch it. What I do is I have GitHub Copilot. This is actually the setup here that I have right here for it. This is my setup streaming session. And you can see, we're just gonna open it up. See everything here and what I went through. And I literally gave it access to my Azure environment to be able to create the machines, then install the open source GitHub FFmpeg on there. What else did it install? Install like this, like OBS type open source streaming app on there. And then it even has a self-healing thing. So even if something happens where the virtual machine shuts down, it'll self-restart and it'll just bring the stream back up. So literally the stream is running 24/7. And it's from a data center somewhere on the East Coast. So like, think of like, hey, a hurricane hits Florida, our stream is still working, even if I don't have internet, I might not have electricity, like my stream is still up, which is pretty cool when you think about it. But back to like what's really cool about this. So I'm geeking out, as you can tell. So with the live stream, here's the thing. So I was like, first I put everything up, like, I have all this audio, just like dump it, shuffle it, and then have like one video looping forever. When I was like, man, that's lame. That's boring. I can't just do that. So then my idea was like, hey, let's like let's create these different loopable videos. Like let's have it running 24/7, but let's make it like a living thing. So like right now it's 9:45 p.m. This is the night scene. Like this is the late night scene. Actually, this is like the night scene. There's the late night scene that goes into like a cosmic vibe, and then the music actually changes based on the time of day. I synced it all up with like East Coast time, so this is all based on East Coast time. But like the vibe is different, the scene is different. In the morning, it does a sunrise at like 5 a.m. So the scenery will change. It's a little bit more upbeat, and then like I got this whole like Afro house like after like around the afternoon time to even time. That's when it's like the BPM's up to like 100 plus. It's a little more oomph to it. You're having a lot more fun. So man, it's a whole vibe. So it's a 24/7 live stream, and we're just gonna keep it going like as long as we can. Like, which is probably gonna be we're gonna like Lo-Fi Girl, watch out. Like we about to break the record. So hopefully Lo-Fi Girl doesn't shut down because we're gonna keep this thing going for as long as possible. As you can see, we started it June 23rd, and I mean we're gonna keep paying the Azure bill. So they'll keep going till who knows when. And of course, like please jump in, like subscribe to it. Layer8Culture Radio. It's for us, by us. It's got a vibe to it. It's like you see the aesthetic. It's Layer8Culture top to bottom, and then of course you got the chat here. We can be in there 24/7 chatting as we as things come out around AI. As we just talk about what you're building, like FileFlow's in there. They're like, let's go. Shout outs to FileFlow. But if you want to like ask questions, like that's our community. Like use the chat, make it easy. It's there. Why not? So that man, I'm like, I turned up the volume on this mic, so I know this mic is buzzing. So I'm gonna be careful. So that's Layer8Culture Radio. Like I said, I'm gonna try to keep the aesthetic very consistent. I know I could drift off in a couple things. And having to like bring myself back from scope creeping and say, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I just want to keep it consistent and just say, hey, these are the guiding principles, and then of course we could change the series. But I have this really cool series that I'll be dropping next week, and I'll give you guys a preview because you guys are family. I'm gonna do like a tech tour type series where it'll be the Seattle skyline in the future. It'll be like San Francisco skyline in the future, like these big tech cities that I visit, throughout my work, like New York City. We'll look at London. We'll look at like all the big cities around the world, and we'll add that vibe. And as well, we're also going to add the audio with the Afro influence. So like one idea I have for Seattle is if you guys know the Pacific Northwest, they're big on alternative rock, and that sound comes from there. So like mixing that Afro beat sound with the alternative rock in a lo-fi sense, like I think it's gonna be cool with some guitar riffs. Like it's gonna be a vibe. So that's what it's about, man. This is like it's about having fun, man. Like can't always be about the ROI. Like it got to be about the vibe sometimes. But that is that. Next, I do want to get into kind of my build process, and I want to do it live because that's always part of Layer8Culture as far as what we do here. So I'm gonna show. So my son and I. For those that don't know, I actually I teach coding at my son's elementary school every Friday, and we go over like code.org. It's all like elementary to middle school kids. This coming year, I'll actually be doing just middle school and high school kids. But we utilize code.org, just understand code and then build on top of that. So a lot of code.org is like block coding, being able to solve puzzles, solve problems, operate and function as an engineer. and make it fun. Like, it's easy for them to just jump in, say, hey, what problems are we gonna solve? Like, how can I use a loop? How can I use like these different functions and coding principles to, like, solve these puzzles? And these kids are smart, man. So it's fun for me. But then, like, with my son, like, we'll do that at home sometimes. But then, especially with generative AI, especially with GitHub Copilot, it's like we could just really do some cool stuff. So my son, he's really big into like card games, chess, checkers, board games, all that fun stuff. And he wanted to play poker, and I haven't played poker in like over a decade probably. I play like on the like on the apps and stuff like that, but not like actual card poker. So like I don't even remember the rules. So I was like, I don't know. So then I had this idea right before bedtime. I was like, man, let's make a cool game. I was like, what game can we make? I remember he mentioned poker. I was like, you know what? Let's use this AI to create a poker game for kids. And we prompted it to say like, hey, we want to make a poker game that's like, inspired by like PBS Kids. That's like easy for kids to pick up on. And you it could be a multiplayer game where you're playing against the computer. So it created, and then we gave it a name, Star Poker. That's all my son. He's like, oh, Star Poker. I'm like, all right, cool, go run with it. So Star Poker. So I recreated the game as a web app, web game, and then I loaded it onto the Layer8Culture domain. So you can actually go to starpoker.layer8culture.io. You can actually play it, which is pretty cool. So you go to how to play, and like, you could pick your challenge, each star, like a different challenge level. Then you get like 5 cards. You could tap which cards you want to swap to get the best hand. And like, here's like the hands that you have, like as far as hand ranking. And then you play against this fox, the sly fox you play against, right? It's actually Chippy the fox, but he's a fox. And like, even the music we created here through GitHub Copilot. So like, you're playing against Chippy the fox. This is your hand. Well, actually, this is not even my hand because we're not playing yet. So this is like the default. So you pick your challenge, like, hey, I'm gonna bet like 25 of these cards, and it's supposed to be a hard one. So I put 25. He's placed 25, and yeah, he's got 100 stars. I have 100 stars. Okay, cool. So we're all squared away. So actually, I'm able to see his hand, and he's got a pair. So if I look down here, what do I have? Again, I still don't understand poker guys. So I have like, to me, this is nothing. So I'm like, I don't have anything. So I have a queen and a 10. I mean, I guess I'll keep those and hope I have some. So I can swap 3 cards. So I swap them, and then Chippy wins. And that is the concept of this game, right? So pretty cool. I think we started with that. We did a couple iterations where we did like the whole star thing. We added the music, and then we had Star Poker. So what I'm gonna do live is actually I'm going to create a website or a landing page for Star Poker, right? So how do we start poker? Like, quit the game. I should probably build that out where I can quit the game. Okay, that's a good idea. So back to the main page. Um, you what I'm thinking about, guys, is actually like what I'm gonna take a screenshot of. All right, so I'm setting it up. So ChatGPT, I will take a couple screenshots. Actually, I love the snippet tool. No Mac users, you guys don't have snippet tool, but you guys have the ability to take screenshots. So one screenshot. I'm gonna create a new chat. Quick, I'll add this image. Let's see, like, I'll prompt with this, boom, and then I'll just do a I'll do screenshot number 2 here. I'm gonna drop this in ChatGPT. Okay, it's loaded. And I'll do a. It's gonna stop. Okay, cool. This screenshot one, and I'll take a screenshot of this. All right, so I mean, we have the gist of what the game is, and we could do. There's a couple different things we could do. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm just going through the whole process of creating a landing page for this game that my son and I created called Star Poker. Does it stop me from adding more images? Oh, there we go. That was weird. I was like, no, I should be able to add more images. Okay, so I created this little game called Star for kids, and I'd like you to mock a landing page for it. All right, cool. I'll say please create image. Because sometimes like you'll say mock something up and it won't create an image. So I'll say please create an image. Man, I cannot type. I'll say high resolution image. High res image. Okay, cool. So that's my prompt. I gave the screenshots, provide some context, like, hey, I created this game called Star Poker for Kids. I like to mock up a landing page for it. So this is our visual reference. I'm trying to think, do I even have the repository? I don't have the. Okay, cool. This is fine. I don't have the repository. Actually, I don't have access to the repository for Star Poker right now because it was actually on a VM that I shut down. But it's okay because we still have the website that GitHub Copilot is going to reason over. So while that's cooking, we're going to start a new project folder. I like setting up project folders. Page. Cool. I like setting up project folders, kind of keeps everything together. And I'm going to add the image that ChatGPT generates into this folder. And then we will cook. This is the fun part. I don't know what's going on with ChatGPT, but like, man, guys, I was considering calling it quits on ChatGPT this past week. It's been struggling. Like, it's been so slow. I've been on high, medium. Whoa, look at this. This is awesome, right? Look at that. Oh man, this is wild. Star Poker. Like, it's the whole land. It's the vibe. Like, man, look at that. That is cool, right? You like combo, but all you did was create an image, right? Check this out. This is where the magic happens. So I'm gonna download it. Let's see. Look at that. I promise, guys, I'm super organized. This helps to everyone. Like, man, my stuff is all over the place. Let's see. Okay. So I'll rename it website up. We'll save that. Cool. All right. So now we take got the folder, got projects, and all we do, and I'll just go straight to the terminal. I'm a purist. I like to tell people I love being in this terminal environment, and I'll just open up Copilot -YOLO. This opens up GitHub Copilot, and what we're going to try to do is rebuild this website with Copilot. You see, I'm on GPT 5.5. super high context. This thing's gonna run for a minute, so let's make it easy on ourselves. I do have access to Gemini 3.1, guys. I just realized that today, but I love like huge fan of 4.8 Cloud Opus, but for the last week I've committed myself to trying out GPT-5. So we'll keep it medium actually as far as effort, but in the context, 400,000 tokens is more than enough to do what we need this to do. All right, let's do an update real quick. Saying there's an update. So I'm gonna update GitHub Copilot, and we're going to look. All right, so first and foremost, we're gonna set context. Have mock up. Oh man, my type is off. Landing page for like you to create a website / landing page based on and use @ to reference a file. So I'm going to reference that website mockup file. And I'll just say, please leverage 3, I think it's 3JS, is it? And Remotion. I'll say Remotion as well. So Remotion is really good at using like making visual art. And I'll just put like 3JS, Remotion, and any top repos that would make this visually, it's like thinking of hustle, like visually appealing. I want them to match. All right, then we're gonna go Shift Tab, and then for demo purposes, we're gonna do on autopilot mode. We're gonna like literally let it one prompt, do what it needs to do, go to the website, enter. Let's go. All right, so of course this is very similar to Claude Code. It's gonna be the same. It's basically the same thing. OpenClaw, Claude Code, GitHub Copilot, they're all pretty much the same thing. So it is cooking now. Going to contains mock image. I'm creating a fresh by React landing page with Re.js animation and an embedded Remotion powered preview. I did give the website, so hopefully you'll look at the website. I did forget to use Playwright. I like using Playwright because it gives it the ability to look at visually, like not visually, but it gives the AI the ability to scan the UI and the visuals and to make sure that's correct. So it's pretty cool. All right, of course, shameless plug, Layer8Culture Radio. Go check it out. It's a vibe, especially when your AI is working, when it's running through the tokens. You might have a couple terminals up. It's definitely good to have some good energy, some good music behind it. So it is cooking. We'll see how long this takes. Normally just a couple minutes, maybe. I did turn the reasoning down. If you have the reasoning like really high, it's gonna like really analyze what it's doing, and it'll take much longer time. And I don't think you really need, like, that's the thing. We don't really need to. Of course, I have some perks in my day job where I get to use a lot of resources. So for me, for testing purposes, I'm using GPT-5.5, but I don't think you really necessarily need to use GPT-5.5 to build a website. Maybe that's something in my free time that I don't have. that I test. Or maybe you should test it in your free time and get back to me. You know, are you able to do the same thing with GPT Mini? Are you able to use um what's the Claude one? But I definitely know Claude Opus can do it, 4.8. But any like lesser, I won't say lesser models, but any other models, kind of see how they build it, how they react. Anytime like a new model comes out, I see these tests. People have a lot of tests, and maybe this is one of those tests. Like I test Star Poker as like a fun little benchmark on how that model builds out the website or landing page. Because RIP uh, Fable 5, but I did see some pretty cool videos out there on what Fable 5 was able to do with landing pages and website. And it was pretty remarkable. So RIP Fable 5 hopefully comes back with a different name and doesn't get shut down. So our AI is cooking, is using remotion. So we're gonna have some cool animations on the landing page once it's done. So stay tuned for that. It's installing CLI build, rendering intro, 8 lines. Okay, it's cooking. I see it's setting up the local environment already. So npm, what it's doing is it's setting up a local host. You'll hear that a lot. What happens is you could build out a web app or a landing page or website on your local computer. That means like you could open it in your Google Chrome, but it doesn't have an actual website or URL that anyone can access. You can only access it from your computer or anyone that's like on your network. So it's building that out. I think it's testing something here. Let's see, test path. Oh wow, create a video intro. That's sick. So create an actual video file. So that's gonna be interesting to see the video file is created. Added a kid-friendly, responsive design. Animated card table. Oh snap! Chibi sections. Oh man, parent benefits. Call to action. Oh, my son is gonna love this. He's about to. If you guys don't know my son, man, he's been promoting the Star Poker in his classroom. He he comes back to me like every couple of weeks. He's like, "Where are the analytics on Star Poker? Like, where are the views? Like, who's going to the site?" I'm like, man, are you telling people about this? He's like, yeah, like we played in our class. I'm like, you guys are playing poker at a Christian school? Like, I don't know if this is the best idea. Oh, but hey, cat's out the bag already. He's already pushing it. So I guess this is the next iteration where maybe we build out this landing page and put it on GitHub as a repo. Actually, you know what? Maybe we'll set up a GitHub page for him, and then he could have this as his first contribution to GitHub. Have a landing page, have the actual repository out there for others to be able to contribute to it. So I think that's a good next step. Oh wow, this task is completed. Oh snap. Is this thing? Oh, it's done. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. I'm here talking and this thing's done. Okay. Please launch the local host. I don't even know what I'm saying here. Like launch the app. Launch that. Like just turn it on, please. I'm sure if I just go to the if I just went to the folder and launched the right command, it'll get to me. But this is what it does. It's just it basically starts it up. This is your local host, port 5173. So if I click on this, it's awesome, guys. Boom. We just created the Star Poker landing page. My Zoom is like at 100 and something, but here it is. Get how it works. Oh, this is sick, guys. You guys realize what we just did? I'm not gonna say what I just did. What we just did. There's moving stars in the background. A card game adventure. Curious kids. For curious kids. Or this Copy sucks though. A card game adventure for curious kids. For curious kids. I don't understand. That's confusing. Anyways, we'll fix that. But yeah, you got a little screenshot there. This is sick. And guys, normally when I create a website, I would have to like mess with the images, clean them up. Because I provided a pretty good mock-up, it was able to go in, take what it needed from that mock-up, have some really clean images. Look at this. Made Chippy the Fox, Chippy's Playful Guide through every round. Like, this is so cool. Welcome. It even like sorted the cards don't even look like this. It sorted the cards out. We gotta rebuild this whole game. Oh, made with parents in mind. Oh my gosh. This is insane. Start the adventure, and then you could click here and go right to the game. Oh my gosh, look at that. This is so cool. If you want to go on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, privacy policy, this is a fully built site. Look at that. For parents, boom. About, boom. Play the game. It goes to the website. Guys, literally, I can say, hey, please provide me the HTML files or whatever files needed to put this on my like external website, my on a like my domain name. I'm trying to think about the language to use for the next prompt. But this literally, so if you look at that, I'll do it side by side. We look at that, and then we go back to our mock-up. Where is that thing at? Here it is. Side by side. So of course the mock-up was a little bit cooler. I mean, easily I could ask ChatGPT the prompts like, hey, provide this background as a separate image file. It would do it for me. I could just literally dump it over here as the background. I can take this image of Chippy as a PNG that's transparent in the background. I could dump that over here. I think everything else is pretty spot on. Yeah, this is spot on what we wanted. I would say even this section here, yeah, it's pretty spot on. I actually like this section here that was built over this portion. And I do like the video game icon here. But again, I could take that and drop it over here. The Star Poker logo. So you see the way it was created here. Is this the image? Oh wait, it's not supposed to do that. Create an image. Oh. So normally this is like a nah. I didn't create an image. No, I'm interested about that because normally what it does is it creates text. This is an image, of course. So I could have a Star Poker logo and just replace it there. But yeah, we just built a website. And that's what it's all about, folks. And that's literally the scratching the surface on what is possible. So much more. But when I say like you're able to build a website fully functional, ready to go, this is what I'm talking about. This is ready to go. So just want to thank you guys again. I love this stream. I love waking up, doing what I do. It's a high honor, such a high honor to be able to do what I do something I love every day. A lot of people could say that, but so definitely blessed to be able to do that. Another Tech Thursday. It's been good, folks. It's been a great time. Next week we'll see what we get into. I'm definitely working on scaling some more. I'm also working on like the whole idea of not only implementing, deploying, because we've been doing a lot of social media stuff. Like pretty much a lot of the content that we create for Layer8Culture Radio on social media is AI generated, but it's done with intent. It's done with purpose. Um, and what I'm doing now is I'm actually going back, analyzing what's working, what's not, taking it out. Like I've been messing with a lot of things, video, different tools, like just tons of different things from that aspect. But that's the important thing, like not just deploying it, like saying, hey, I did this AI and I put it out there and that's it. Like, but actually going back, allowing the AI to analyze it, allow it to say like, hey, what's working, what's not, how can we pivot, how can we make it better? Like that's what process I'm going through this week with Layer8Culture Radio and the social media presence. 'Cause I feel like there's lots. I feel like that's gonna blow up um, in a good way. And also Layer8Culture in itself, like the quality of the content, the way it's bringing in the uh, the transcript, the video content from Tech Thursday, the things that are top of mind for me, and it's creating that content, like curating that content on the page. It blows my mind. Like it's such high quality. We're gonna make it even better. We're gonna make it even richer. Um, make things that you can actually save and use, and like you're gonna love it. So there's more to come on that. But the process this week is all about analyzing, all about pivoting. How can we make things better? How can we move faster from a Layer 8 cultural perspective? And then, of course, how can we set up the next big stream? That's another thing. We want to build in public. We want to do this not just in a silo, not just me in my cool office, but we want to get outside. We want to work with you guys. We want to build with. Like we got to interact. We're human beings, so we want to do like some type of meetup in the month of July. Uh, if you're in the Central Florida area, you want to sponsor, you want to partner with us, reach out to me, D Tomlinson at layer8culture.io, at layer8culture, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, anywhere on social media. Reach out to me. I'm on all the platforms. Uh, yeah, and let me know how can we collaborate, how we can work together. It's all about collaboration. It's all about transparency. Tech Tuesdays, Layer8Culture. Peace.